Okay, this is objective 18 and 19 in our Algebra 1 library, and when we get to this point in the year, this is where we're going to change gears for about a week, and we're going to talk a little bit about statistics, stem and leaf plots, and box and whisker plots. First question up here are, what are the digits? Digits are the symbols that we use to make all our numbers. There's 10 total digits that we use, and they're the buttons on the calculator. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Or up here if you want to look at it this way. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If they're a button on your calculator, they are a digit. If I said 17, 17 is not a digit because 17 is two digits, a 1 and a 7. What is a stem and leaf plot? Stem and leaf plot. Well, we're going to look at it firsthand today. Maybe you heard about it before you got here, and if you haven't, that's fine. I think it's pretty simple once you kind of get the hang of it. But it's an arrangement of digits. It's an arrangement of digits that is used to display and order numerical data. So what that means is if we have a set of data, like if you look on this first example where it talks about ACT scores, we want to be able to put it in order and then easily figure out what's the lowest score, what's the highest score. So this is kind of how the stem and leaf plot works. You have a set of data, like these are ACT scores for 6 students, a 27, a 15, a 30, a 9, a 32, and a 19. As you can see, those aren't in order. Those are just kind of listed. We make our stem and leaf plot by putting first a line right here. Now the stems are going to be all the first digits. So we got a 2 and a 1 and a 3, and then this is a 1-digit number. And then we got a 3 and a 1. So the lowest that we have would be, like we'd start with 0. This would be like 0, 9. And then the highest we get is this 32. So we need to have, this is 0 for everything up to single digits. Then anything in the 10s, the 20s, and the 30s. If we look at our smallest piece of data, it is the 9. So that would go here. And these make the leaves. So we get the stems over here. And then the leaves over on this side. So we got 0 and 9. This means 9. It's this one. The next one is we go to our 10s. And any number that is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 will go right here. Now the first one is 15. Instead of writing 15, we've already got the 1, we're just going to put the 5. So we're going to have a 5 leaf. We got 15. If you look, there's another number that is in the teens, and that is 19. So then we put a 9 there. So when you see this stem with these 2 leaves, that means we had some kid had a score of 15, and some kid had a score of 19. The next one up is in the 20s, and we've got 27, and that's what we have here already. So 27 was kind of an example already put on there. So 27, then go to the 30s. Now when we have the 0, we need to put a 0 right here. So 30 would be a 3 stem with a 0 leaf. So there is 30. And then we have 32. A couple things to make sure that you keep in mind is make sure that when you put your leaves in here, your leaves are in order from smallest to biggest. So we have 15 and 19, 30 and 32. Don't put 32 before 30. Just read these things over here as well. The digits in the tens place, we don't have one here, but those are your stems, and then the digits in the ones place, right here, those are your leaves. Okay, now let's go look at that first example. Well, that's example 1. Let's look at the first example that comes from what you might see on your Kindle. Hank delivers the mail in an office. For 14 days, he counted how many letters he delivered each day. And as you can see, the data is right here. 24, 31, 10, 21, and so on. Create a stem and leaf plot for the given data. All right, so what we need to say, we look at his data, and the first question is, what is the smallest piece of data? What is the smallest amount of mail that he had to deliver? Is there any single digits? And I do not see him. So it looks like the smallest one is in the tens place, so it's a 10. 10 is the smallest one. 10. So our first stem, we don't have to have a 0 stem like on the last page. Our first stem is going to be a 1. Then you look at the biggest number. I know we had some 10s and some teens. Do we have some 20s? We have some 30s. Do we have anything bigger than 30? I don't think so. I think 30 is the biggest. So we have a 38. So our biggest number is 38. It means on one day he had to deliver 38 pieces of mail. And since 38 is our biggest, the biggest stem we need is 3. And then we just do our stems. We start at 1, we go 2, and we go 3. Just like that. And now let's put in the leaves. If we want, we could just put in the leaves as you see them. So you've got, we had a 10 here. That crosses this one out. Then there was an 11 here. Crosses this one out. Oh, an 18 right there. Cross this one out. There was 24, 21, and notice that I'm not putting in these order right this second, but we will reorder them. There's 2 21s on here. So go ahead, and when we have 2 21s, we have a 21 over here and over here, put 2 1s. We got a 24, a 21, and another 21. A third 21. I think that's all the 20s. And then your 30s. This one is 31. Right here is 33. 31 again. 38. 32. 35. And 34. Alright, so that covers all of them. But you have to remember your answer, they should be in order. Now the 10s is good. There's 10, there's 11, there's 18. As far as the 2s, go ahead and rearrange those so it says 1, 1, 1, 4. So let's do our stems again. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 18. Then all our 20s, we have a 21, a 21, a 21, a 24. Now these 30s are a bit of a mess. Start with those 31s there. 31, a 31, a 32, 33, 34, and a 35, and a 38. Just like that. So this is what our stem and leaf plot looks like. Now remember what the situation said. It said that there's somebody who's delivering mail, and he just wrote down how much mail he had to deliver each day. Now that we have a stem and leaf plot, you can answer some questions about how much mail he had to deliver, such as, what is the least amount of mail he had to deliver? Just looking at the stem and leaf plot, it's always going to be whatever's right here. Whatever this leaf is, that means it was 10. That's the least amount of mail he had to deliver. What is the biggest amount of mail he had to deliver? Well, it would be 38. It's always the last one right here. The last leaf here is the most, so 38. If you said how much, what was the what was it? No, the mode. What was the mode? Which would mean what number reoccurred the most. You can look in your stem and leaf and say, hey, look, we have 3 21s. So that would be the mode. And mode, mean, median, mode, range, those are going to be covered on your next objective. So if you don't know those or remember those, we are going to have notes over mean, median, mode. All right, 3 examples, and this is the end of it. This one talks about temperature. All right, the temperature in Greendale for the first 20 days of February is shown in a stem and leaf plot. So they're not saying that these are in order. They're saying we just took the first 20 days of February, and these are our temperatures. And these are, let's see, the lowest temperature of the day. Right here. Now the question says, what was the lowest temperature recorded in the plot? So if we have all these temperatures, what's the lowest temperature recorded? Now, it's not 1, which you see as answer B. That's not what that is. It's right here. It's whatever this leaf is. And this leaf goes with this stem. So the lowest one is going to be 21 degrees. So it was 21. You see the B is the 1. That's in case you saw this leaf. There's a 0. Some students will look through all the leaves and say, oh, the lowest number I saw was 0. That's not how the stem and leaf plot works either. And then 24, well, I don't know why somebody would say 24. Maybe they looked at this leaf. Obviously 21 is less than 24. If the question had said what is the highest number in this plot, it's always going to be the last leaf right here, which goes with a 54. All right, here we go. We've got a 6th grade class that took a history test. The stem and leaf plot below shows the scores of the students. How many students score higher than 34? How many students score higher than 34? That means if you score 34, that's not good enough. How many are higher than that? So find 34. It's right on the stem and leaf plot. It's right here. Now, how many students scored higher than this? So that's going to be all the leaves here, here, plus all of these ones and all of these ones. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 scores that are higher than 34. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 scores lower than 34. And watch the wording. If this type of question pops up and it says how many score higher than 34, we would not count 34. If it said how many students scored a 34 or higher, we would count the 34. So watch the wording. And the last one. All right, one thing about this last one is they're going to give you a bunch of data. It says Mr. Cobb works as a chauffeur. The list below shows how many miles he traveled each day the last 20 days. So these are his miles, 58, 12, 30, and so on over here to 57, 35, 36. What stem and leaf plot correctly represents the data? First thing I want you to notice is that A and C are stem and leaf plots that are done wrong. If you should notice right here, the stems are supposed to be single-digit numbers, 1, 2, 3, or 0, 1, 2, 3. When they're going 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, that's not the stems. So this one and this one are automatically out. So that should save you some time on figuring these out. Now what you want to do is look for differences between these two. They both have a 12. Then they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 20s, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 20s. That's one thing that you could look for. Probably an easier one would be look at the highest number. 58, where's the highest number? 57. That would be an easy way to tell which is the right stem and leaf plot. And this one, it's really easy because the very first number over there is a 58. So you need to have your biggest number in your plot be 58. This one shows the biggest as 57, which would make it wrong. This has the 58 in it. And we have a 58, so you need a 58. That is stem and leaf plot. Hopefully this helped a little bit. And if you have any questions, just let me know, and maybe we'll get them added onto this video so it can be a better use to students in the future. Good luck, have fun, and I will see you next time.